on the point that 1984 was not new to the subcontinent. We've had massacres before. In fact, the year before 1984, 3,000 people were killed in Assam. What makes 1984 unique is, I think, two things. The first is that what is a massacre? In our part of the world, it is when the state becomes soft. The British left a system that was designed, according to Harshmander, to impose absolute discipline on the population within 36 hours. So every police thana around the subcontinent, in Bangladesh, Pakistan, and here, is actually designed to be able to bring about that peace. What happens during these massacres that we call riots is that this system goes soft. Either the police participate or they stand aside on political orders, or because they exhibit some sort of sympathy with the people doing all the murdering. The two things that make 1984 unique to my mind are, first, the fact that collective punishment becomes acceptable in the middle class of India. So there are anglicized people sitting in Bombay and Delhi and in Calcutta saying it is okay to murder large numbers of a population for the alleged crimes of individuals within it. And I think that has remained. That was exhibited again in 2002. The second bit is the active participation of very high-ranking members of the state and the political establishment. This has also stayed with us. The fact that ministers were seen out in the mob, inciting them, joining them, is something that all of us should be ashamed about. And that has also remained with us. It stayed in 2002 to a very limited extent. We have received justice for that, not for the will of the state, I should say, but for the will of people like Tista Setalwad currently being persecuted. The third bit is the total inability of the state and the system in India to offer justice. And I hope that this is something that we don't let 1984 go on with the assumption that it happened too far back, so we should move on. I don't think that societies, civilized societies, should do that. Unfortunately, it seems to be the case that this government is doing exactly the same thing that the governments before it was doing. We filed an RTI last month which found that 0 charge sheets had been filed by the SIT, whose term ends in 11 days. So we are hoping that there is a lot more transparency in the manner of their working. And we hope that there is some justice before its term comes to an end. Thank you once again.